pollinator paradise.
Morning, girls. Sadie, what are you dressed up as?
A bumblebee.
Ooh, and Greta, what are you dressed up as?
A butterfly.
Two of our favorite pollinators. Sadie, what's that special dance you're doing?
It's a waggle dance. It's how bees find a way to flowers.
Oh, show me your best woggle dances, girls.
Which one do I want to pollinate? Oh! My favorite color. I did it! I did it!
If you have access to a community garden plot, or you have a backyard of your own, or even a front yard, somewhere where you can plant directly into the soil in the ground, and you're planning on planting some veggies, a great tip is to be interplanting nice little flowers with your vegetables to attract pollinators to your garden. A lot of the veggies that you might plant in your garden also need to be pollinated. But what happens is that the flowers that they produce are often kind of buried underneath and hard for pollinators to see. So what you can do is when you're planting a vegetable like this cucumber, is interplant in between your cucumbers some marigold or calendula, and those will produce some really nice bright flowers that'll attract all those lovely life-bringing pollinators to your veggie garden in your backyard. If you live somewhere where you don't have access to land, but you have something like a balcony or a patio, you could also be planting in containers. And this is another really great way to support pollinators. Herbs work really great for balcony or container gardening. Here we've got some mint, this is a pineapple mint, 2 different types of basil, as well as some rosemary. All of these are really fantastic to plant for pollinators, especially because they're edible, so we can eat the leaves. But what helps the pollinators is if we let them actually go to flower. And these will all produce really beautiful big flowers, so just kind of let them grow and you can continue harvesting the leaves for your nice salads and salad dressings and sauces. When you're working to support pollinators in your garden, it's great to be a little messy. A lot of folks prefer a so-called well-manicured lawn like this one, where it's been freshly mowed, weeded, and really short grass. But what actually really supports pollinators, if you can do this, is to leave a part of your lawn really kind of unmanicured and unkept. So as you can see here, we've got tons of really tall wild plants growing, lots of beautiful flowers. A lot of these are native species, and we've also got some patches of bare soil and bundles of sticks and leaves that have fallen from this tree here. And what's great about when we kind of let nature take its course here and we leave it untouched is that it provides a really great ecosystem for a lot of pollinators to live in. So these kind of tall grown plants here gives them a lot of space to hide, as well as these bare patches of soil with the sticks. There's a lot of ground nesting bees that would love to live in these sticks here. And when we let things grow and don't really touch them, it also provides a lot more food for pollinators. So as you can see here, we've got some little patches of dandelions growing in this little part of the lawn. And it's really important, if you can, to let these guys go to flower in the early spring. This is really great because it's often the first plant that pops up that pollinators are able to get their food from. So if we let these kind of live in our lawn at the beginning of spring, you can control them a bit later in the spring once there's other flowers, but it's great to leave them. Bees, butterflies, all those guys really love them, and I think they're really beautiful.